Pitt, the little show about big things. It's another edition of a little lunchtime fun, folks. Hope you guys are having a great day. Spring is finally here. The weather is finally here, and I'm excited to be here today, folks. And I hope you guys are enjoying your lunchtime fun. It's Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. Whether you're watching us live on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page, the Mo Carraro Facebook page, we're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube, and we're also on Twitter. Whatever way you're watching it, we're glad you're with us here today, folks. Monday through Friday at noon. Now, guys, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders. We want to thank everybody in the military, and don't forget all our veterans who fought for our country, making it great again. And we got a great show lined up for you guys today. Besides all the great stuff that we also have, I have my good friend Evelyn Levin, who's going to be with us, folks. Hair designer experience. She does a lot of great stuff for brides and everything like that. So we're going to have her on in about 12:35 talking about hair and everything that she does in her business. So we met her on the cruise, on the Chicago Music Cruise. So we're going to have a great show for you guys today. Today is a Wednesday, May 14th. It's showtime. Let's go to work. Thank you, Richie from Seventh Heaven, on that great intro. It's Ocean's Pit, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. And let's get right to business when we talk about our sponsors, of course, the great Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, and they got a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great specials for you guys today. First of all, they have two brand new locations. The one, we have a brand new location in Fox River Grove, and also they have one now in Richmond, Illinois, besides the other 5 different locations for the JRC Ace Hardware stores: Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and in Mesa, Arizona. Scotch Nature Scrapes Color Enhanced Mulch. That's right, is only 3 for $9.99. The best deal of the season, only for Ace Rewards members. Save $50 on a Blackstone 2-burner grill, only $2.99 down from $3.49, and 25% off Blackstone grill accessories. Grill your Ace off for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And guys, through May 26th, save 10% when you buy 3 or more assorted seasonings and rubs. Save $100 on the new Tangier Woodridge, including Wi-Fi, regularly $799.95, now on sale for $609.95. You can't beat that, folks. For even more savings, customers have downloaded the Ace Rewards app and link to their Ace Rewards and earn an instant $10 coupon for any purchase. Grill your Ace off with our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Okay, guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. You know what I did finally? We got a busy week. Tonight we'll be at the Carnival with Ocean's Rat Pack, folks. Of course, that's a tribute to Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. And that show is a dinner show tonight at the Carnival on Fulton Market, downtown Chicago, in the Speakeasy at the Alley. It's if the Carnival is like Cirque du Soleil. It's a beautiful place. It's downtown. We've sold it out a couple times before. That's where we're at tonight with Ocean's Rat Pack, Bill Saratella as Frank Sinatra, yours truly as Dean Martin, and Elliot Winbush as Sammy Davis Jr. That's a 7:30 hit. And the great show about it, folks, tonight, there's no cover charge. It's free. Just come out to the show tonight, 7:30, and watch Ocean's Rat Pack. Now, tomorrow we'll be at Rockin' Ravioli in St. Charles at the Arcada Theater. That's the first floor, the first little showroom there. Folks, that show starts at 7:30, and that is oshows.com for tickets. Friday will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, and Saturday will be in St. Germain, Wisconsin at the beautiful Whitetail Inn. We're going to be for Martinis in May, one of my favorite gigs that we do all year round, and we're going to be there. So a little road trip on Saturday. I did nothing yesterday, folks. I cause I only get Mondays and Tuesdays off, so I got just to relax a little bit and did some fishing. So that's the best part of the day, just to relax. So we got a busy week, a lot of stuff going on, so much more to talk about, and stuff that's going on in the headlines. Prayers for a country western singer, the great Willie Nelson. His health right now is not doing too well, so our prayers go out to Willie Nelson family. Also, it's Israel Happy Independence Day for all my Jewish friends out there. The 14th, which actually was it's today, actually May 14th. Very cool. We got a lot of other things to talk about. How about the Chicago, our old favorite Chicago Blackhawks coach Q is back. That's right, folks, but he's not with the Blackhawks. He's going to be with the Anaheim Ducks. Well, you know what? It's funny because I loved Q when he was with the Blackhawks. Even though my New York teams are my favorite hockey teams, I like Coach Q. We did a bunch of parties for him. He was a good guy, so I'm glad that he's back. I think he got the shaft a little bit in Chicago with the Hawks after that whole deal during the Stanley Cup. But I'm glad he's back with the Anaheim Ducks. So I wish a lot of success to Coach Q. Let's see who's watching today, folks. Hey, Brian Lewis, how you doing, my friend? David, what's going on? Carol Minotti, what's going on? We have our good friends from Ohio watching. We have California in the house. We have our friends from Florida, Iowa. Hello, my friends, and Wisconsin. So welcome, everybody, to Ocean's Pit. Let's get to another quick thing if we can, folks. You know what? We got to always thank our sponsors because the sponsors are very important, and that's what makes the show. And we're excited to have some real good ones. How about this one right here, folks? Our good friends, Mary Grievous. You got to love Mary Grievous, folks, when it comes to real estate at its finest. She knows how to do it, folks. That's right. Now, here's what I love about Mary Grievous, folks. Don't just call her when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact her when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. Mary Grievous at StarkRE.com at Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's 630-688-1725. She's available to buyers, for sell by owners, and expired listings. Mary Grievous is good for all your real estate needs. And also, Mary Grievous, folks, also takes care of NTD Vacations. And you know what that means, NTD Vacations? It means a Chicago music cruise. And, we've already done 2 with Seventh Heaven. We just did one in March. We announced when we did the 5-year anniversary party for Ocean's Pit, Richie was kind enough to come out and announce the brand new cruise that's going to be happening January 2026. That's right, folks. January 17th through January 25th. We're going to be on a brand new ship. It's the MSC World American. It's a 7-night Western Caribbean cruise this time, folks. We're going to start off in Miami. We're going to go to Honduras. We're going to go to Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Ocean Cay. It's a private island. It's a brand new ship. Join us. We know it's Seventh Heaven, and we know it's Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, and Richie's going to have more announcements, but get on there, folks, and go to chicagomusiccruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony O sent you, and join us on the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. We love it. We love going on the cruise, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy yourself. All right, like I said, my friend Evelyn Levin will be joining us at about 12:35, talking about hair styles and hairdressing, and she works on bridals, and she does a lot of this different stuff. She's been doing it for over 30 years, and we love having different people on the show. We usually have show guests on Wednesdays and Fridays. We've had everybody from celebrities to politicians to business owners, and we always like to promote buy local, shop local. That's what it's all about, and that's what Ocean's Pit's all about, which is very important. All right, folks, let's get to another thing. For all you Chicago White Sox fans, he was a player, and Chet Lemon has passed away. Now, Chet has not played with the White Sox in many years, but he was also a great Chicago White Sox, and we always like to support our Chicago teams. California. I'm never a big fan of California. I've been to LA a few times, did some shows out there. I have no interest at all about going to California. But you know what? With everything they got going on right now, they got crazy things that they come up with over there. Besides the gas being so crazy and everything else that's going on in California right now, California might start taxing drivers on their miles. Taxing on their miles to see how far they drive. You'll get taxed on how far you drive. This is what California is trying to do to replace the tax that they're having on gas. I mean, I don't know. I think even Illinois, even our governor, Fred Flintstone, Pritzker is trying to do the same thing here in Illinois. But they're trying already. They're talking about California doing it. So imagine that, folks, getting taxed on how many miles you drive. I'd be screwed because I work 5 nights a week. So we're driving all the time from one town to the other to the other. It would be crazy here in Illinois, but they're trying to do it, like I said, in California. So I don't know if I'm ready for that. I feel so sorry for the people that live up there. Lilia Francine in Tennessee. How you doing, my dear friend? Jerry Jams, look forward to seeing you tonight, my brother, at the Carnival. So that's what California is trying to do. Also, guys, about this new Real ID. Did you get your new Real IDs to fly, folks? I got the ID. I got the Real ID. You might as well take advantage of it. If not, when you do end up flying, you're going to end up, at least if you have your ID or if you have your passport, you'll be able to fly a lot easier. But if you don't have a Real ID, you can still fly, but I guess it's going to take you a little longer to get through the processing to get on the plane. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. So if I were you, I'd go ahead and try to get that real state ID. I've been screwed to, oh my gosh, we pay enough taxes, right, Pina? They pay enough taxes. Oh, thank you, Jerry, for putting that up there, folks. I appreciate it, Jerry Jams. Here's Kathy. She lives in California. Emo, the name of the ship, again, Emo, my good friend from Florida watching here, buddy. The name of the ship is the MS, excuse me, let me get back on here again. We pull out that sheet for the Chicago Music Cruise, which we just announced. And usually I take the notes and I put them to the bottom of the deck so I don't have to repeat it again. Emo, the ship is the MSC World America. It's an Italian ship owned by an Italian family, and January 17th to January 25th, 2026. Jeanette, my Julie got bit twice by a big German Shepherd. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. My friend Jeanette, I hope your daughter's okay. All right, so also for all you rock and roll fans out there, Brad Arnold, the lead singer of Three Doors Down, just got put stage 4 kidney cancer. So our prayers go out to Brad Arnold and Three Doors Down. You know, every day you're hearing about something new, right, folks? Nothing surprises me anymore. Kathy, believe me, it wasn't for my daughter and granddaughter, I wouldn't be living here either. I know, my dear. I know, Kathy. I know how it is. It's got to be crazy out there. What's even more crazy, and we've been talking about stuff. Now, this show's been on for 5 years, and we've been talking about stuff always about other things that are happening in other parts of the country that we don't have here in the United States. So we're very lucky to be living in this country. This country is the best, even though some people have their political views or, whether you're a Trump or whether you're not, you're a liberal or you're a conservative, whatever it is. You know where I stand on my show. We're full-blood conservatives on this show. But we like taking opinions and when people talk about different stuff, we like to be open to everybody. And then that's what it's about. But look, here's an interesting thing. Do you imagine if you wanted to live in Switzerland? We're just going to different parts of the country. In Switzerland, you can be denied citizenship just by being too annoying. I don't know where they come up with these rules, but this is if you want to live in Switzerland, folks. If you're too annoying, you cannot be a citizen of Switzerland. Is this crazy? I mean, these are stories that are all over the social media world these days. And sometimes you just got to scratch your head and go, what is it with this stuff? I don't know. Hey, great news for our president. President Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, will donate his salary of $400,000 a year He's going to, because he doesn't take a salary, and he's going to take his salary and give it to disabled veterans. So thank you, our President Donald Trump. Because you know what, we talk about this. We went to the VFW Hall and talked about our veterans, how they don't get the respect that they deserve. And this is a little something special. Thank you, President Donald Trump, for doing that. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Boy, one thing after another just drives me crazy. And then when all the places think we're talking about, you know, a lot of my friends, you know, when you come to a couple of our shows and shows that you come out to, the pricing now, they're saying this pricing is so expensive for food and drinks, but that's the way it is right now. And it's society is, but I think everything is getting down a little bit lower, but a lot of places are going out of business. It's sad. Here's a place, Bucktown, in Bucktown, downtown Chicago, folks. The My Pie Pizza place is closing they're closing in June after 50 years in business. You've seen a lot of these places that have been around forever, and places that you grew up with, and now they're just closing because they can't keep up with all the crazy stuff that's going on with the pricing and stuff right now. So, and Chicago is tough, folks. The living in the city of Chicago is tough, and it's so expensive out there. Right now, folks, Chicago air is voted one of the worst in the United States. 15 out of 228, Chicago comes in at 15th place with the worst air. You know, California's up there. You know, New York's up there. But Chicago, man, it's just nuts what they're doing out there. Now they're trying to put up down on Michigan Avenue. They're trying to put the speed lights, the speed cameras. They're trying to maybe come up with a toll to get on the Michigan Avenue. What else are they trying to do here in the city of Chicago? Which mind-boggling to me. It's just crazy. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's time for another sponsor, folks. How about our good friends? You know, if you're looking right now for taking care of that backyard, the landscaping at its finest, folks. And you know how it is. There's so many people trying to do the right thing with that. And I'm telling you, a company that I use and I want everybody to use, because not only because they sponsor our show, but because they do a great job. And that's Jack Vayner Landscaping, folks. They've been offering monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control, for the plant design service installation for the last 50 years. That's our friends from Jack Vayner Landscaping. Give them a call at 847-432-5266. Servicing the North Shore. 50 years in business. Mom and pop organization. Buy local, shop local with Jack Vayner Landscaping, folks. You got to love it. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Walter Jacobson. There's a name. I thought this guy retired already, but obviously he's retiring after 65 years in journalism. The great Walter Jacobson steps down. Let's get at some other stuff, folks, that they got over here. Let's see. Growing hair. You know what? Men have had problems with hair loss for how many years? How many years we have to go through this, folks? Mary, how you doing? Carol, Gina, what's up, my friend? So now they come up with some, look, they got the pieces, they got the weaves, they got the sprays, they got the hairline creation, they got the one with Urlacher. Of course, my good friend from Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont do an incredible job. That's where I go. But if now they're coming up with a brand new gel. They're trying some gel that they've tried on some animals. I don't know why would they try it on animals, because animals already have hair. But they've tried it on a few different people, and I guess it's growing hair. There's my buddy, Danny Raimondi. I've not seen Danny in a while. Danny, I hope you're going to join us on the MSA cruise, folks. Royal American. It's going to be the World American, actually, in January. It's an Italian ship, Danny. Very cool. January 17th through January 25th. Anyway, so growing this gel, putting this gel on your hair to grow your hair, folks, I don't know. Would I try it? Everybody's going to try something, right? It's just nuts. And another thing to be added to the recall list. I don't know how many times I mentioned stuff that's being recalled over and over everything, whether it's food. Again, now, the igloos, these riding coolers, They've been recalled now too. 1.2 million of them have been recalled. You got to check everything you're buying right now, folks, whether it's food, whether it's merchandise, everything's getting recalled now. It looks like nobody cares anymore about keeping up the products and stuff like that. It just drives me crazy. What do you think about the murders? Chicken shit, Anthony murdered, Austin Cole murdered. Yes, we're going to talk about that, I guess, tomorrow, Jeanette, on the show. We will definitely talk because we'll have Carol Brandolino joining us as our co-host on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Laura will not be with us Thursday, folks, but hopefully to get Laura back, my wife, Laura Ocean, on next Thursday, joining us on the show. So we'll talk, Jeanette, about that tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, it's National Travel and Tourist Week. How many people don't like to travel? We love to travel. We love doing it. And good luck for that, man. All right. So, Kathy, how are you doing today? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. We got about another 10, 15 minutes, folks. So I have my good friend Evelyn Levin will be joining us, folks, talking about hairstyling and hair cutting. And she does a lot of stuff. So she's been doing it for 30 years. And like I said, we love having people on, promote their businesses. And this is what Ocean's Pit does. So we're looking forward to that about 12:35, right after the JRC weather. All right. Again, we're going now to another part of the country, not here in the United States. Whoever thought? This is in China, folks. Only in China, there's public toilets. You can go to the bathroom, and for $3, when you go to the bathroom and you go number one, it tells you your health. It gives you your health. It spits out after you go to the bathroom. It pulls out a little sheet, comes out, and tells you about your blood sugar, about your certain stuff. And it's like a health after you go to the bathroom in China. Why don't they come up with this stuff in the United States, right? General, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome, Mike. So only in China, folks. They're called smart urinals. So you go to the bathroom, you go number one, you pay $3, and it does something to your urine, and it can tell you what's wrong with you. For $3 in China. Whoever thought? See, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you, unbelievable, crazy as it is. Remember back in the day, we were they did a whole special on McDonald's. People said now, right now they're losing money like crazy. McDonald's it's very expensive. I don't eat fast food, a lot of fast food, but for people going, if you're taking kids now, they said their stocks have been going down way low. They haven't been at this low since the pandemic. But back they were just talking about the old things that McDonald's used to have, like the Ronald McDonald games. And you used to see Ronald McDonald, the actual figure, and they talked about a bunch of things. Remember the coffee spoons that they used to come out with? It used to be one side was a spoon and one side was like the stir, and it was little plastic ones. They used to get them with your coffee. And I guess they stopped doing those in 1979. And the reason why they stopped doing those or stopped selling those or stopped giving them away, because people were using them for cocaine, for the spoon for the cocaine. So they were stopped using it. And they came up with a whole bunch of stuff saying why they don't, why they discontinue certain things. And I always wonder why they got rid of those spoons. I always, 79. I graduated high school in 81. So what do I know? Did you hear about the earthquake, folks, in Virginia? That's right. Metallica, a rock and roll concert causes an earthquake. Metallica concert in Virginia was so loud, over 60,000 people, at Lane Stadium. And when the song Enter Sandman came out, it caused a little earthquake. You heard about it. It's true. Unbelievable. Now, we know Metallica's loud. We do Kiss, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin. At the time, they were voted, I forgot, was Deep Purple or AC/DC was the loudest band ever. But this is Metallica, folks, in Virginia, causes a mild earthquake. Crazy, just for their loud music. Yeah. Interesting, right? They have a strip here. It has different colors, how much you sugar in it over 40 years ago. Okay, see, Emo, I didn't know that. So they have that in Florida? Okay, so the strip comes out, different colors, after you go to the urine, and it tells you if your sugar is high and stuff. Well, they're doing this in China, and you have to pay $3 for it. So I did not know that Florida had that Emo. See? You learn something new every day. This is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Monday through Friday. And let's get to another quick sponsor because we're bringing up our guest on very, very shortly here, folks. We're all talking about different things to invest money. Everybody wants to learn how to do it. Why don't you try with a company called Imperialux? Imperialux is right for you, folks, and for what you guys might need. Think about it. Imagine putting your money to work for you and becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Personal Pensions. Grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. If you 890-1213 or book them through Kenley for a free consultation to start building the retirement you deserve. That's our friend from Imperialux, 630-890-1213, and tell them Tony O sent you. Becoming your own bank. One thing after another, folks. Now, we were talking a couple days ago about room temperature when you go to sleep. Some people like it hot. Some people like it cold. Some people like that. We're trying to figure out what the normal. Like for me, I like it a little colder when I sleep. I have a ceiling fan on. I have the regular fan on. We have the air on all the time here at the house. The air is on all the time. And I like to, so I'm figuring out, they took a poll, of what the normal, what it should be like when you're sleeping. And they're saying a normal good night's sleep should be at 65 Fahrenheit. That should be a good night in your home to get you a good night's sleep. Better to sleep cold, right, Francine? I think that's true. 65, that's what they're saying, to get a good night's sleep. So why not? I think it's a good thing. And what the news that really hit me today, Major League Baseball Commissioner Robert Manfred, believe it or not, and you know they would do it. They know they would do it after Pete Rose died. They reinstated Shoeless Joe Jackson from the White Sox and Pete Rose. Reinstated, that means that people can actually, before, because of Shoeless Joe's and the Black Sox, back in many, many years ago, where they, for a little cool for you, David. I have a cold in my bed. That's also rises. Okay, there you go, Emo. Anyway, so the Black Sox story and the scandal, Shoeless Joe Jackson. So, of course, he was banned from baseball for life. And we know after Pete Rose was gambling, he got banned from baseball for life. Well, the commissioner reinstated them, which means that now when they vote for the Hall of Fame next year or this year, they can actually be on the ballot. Shoeless Joe Jackson could be on the ballot, and so can Pete Rose. Now, I believe that Pete Rose, I believe that Shoeless Joe Jackson will get in. I think he'll get in, to my opinion. I don't know if Pete Rose will. I believe he should be. In my opinion, Pete Rose should be back in baseball. They should have brought him back. Of course, he's not with us anymore. He's passed away. And it just goes, we'll qualify. There you go, Jerry. Next year, 2026. Will they get him back in? Will they put him in? I think they should. I just think that it's a shame that they're doing this. Waited till the gentleman died before they reinstated him into baseball. So he didn't see it. Vince Raimondi, how you doing, my friend? I hope Pete Rose, he did his time. He bet on baseball. He did the prison. He got banned. He did whatever he did. It's over. It was years ago. Here in our country, we always forgive, right? We always give people second chances. There's murderers playing basketball and football right now. Can players and managers get to bet on the games now? You know what? I don't know that, Boyd. That's a good question. Jerry, if you're listening, since it's legal now to bet, I don't know if they can bet. That's a great question, Boyd. Since now you can bet anybody, can a player bet? Can the right fielder bet right now if he's betting on a game? He should be, as a player was all-time hit. Right, Scott Hall, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, no one's going to beat his hitting record. I don't know, but that's a great question, Boyd. If you're a baseball player now, can you bet? Since it's legal, you can bet on your team, right, to win. I don't know. That's a great question. So, Pete Rose, look, Steve McMichael from the Chicago Bears would have not been in the Hall of Fame if the guy wasn't sick and passed away. My opinion, or he would have been there already. Ron Santo, they waited till after he died because the press didn't like Ron Santo, former Chicago Cub. They waited till he died to put him into the Hall of Fame. So no gambling for players. Thank you, David. So the answer to your question, boy, no. If you're a baseball player, you still can't gamble. There you go. Sawyer Positano, good friend of, oh, well, thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, oh, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. So Pete Rose, let's hope he gets in the Hall of Fame because he's still, for his hitting, no one will ever beat his hitting record. No one will ever beat Pete Rose's. At least not right now, they won't. In my opinion, and my opinion only. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. According to Fox News, yes, Major League Baseball players are generally allowed to bet on other sports as long as their bets are placed legally. So the Major League Baseball players can bet on basketball, football, hockey. They just can't bet on baseball, and provided that you do it legally like you're supposed to, not your bookie down the street, which a lot of people still do. A lot of people I know still have a bookie, believe it or not. So there you go. Thank you, Jerry, for that, and I hope that answered your question, Boyd. Oh, God. All right. According to Fox News, ladies and gentlemen, President Donald Trump will build a natural center for homeless vets. And the money they're going to raise to build this for the veterans, folks, this special housing is going to be great because all the money that they save from housing the illegal aliens or illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them. So this is a good thing. They're building some shelter. For more, they're trying to help the veterans out. Not only is he giving his salary, but he's going to do this center for the veterans. I think it's a great thing. So thank you, President Donald Trump. Like I said, we're going to argue over this on the show, and we have for a while, right? Whether you like them or not. We got to give somebody some time, folks. We got to give him some time. And I think he's doing a good job. All right. We got some other shows coming up before we're going to bring up our guest coming up in about 3 minutes, folks. So don't forget, next Wednesday and next Sunday we'll be in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. That's Wednesday, the 21st of May. We'll be at the Getaway at the French Country Inn. That's an intimate show next Wednesday. 2 shows. There's a 6:15 and an 8:15, whatever it is. That's next Wednesday. The Getaway. Call and make a reservation. It's $50 per person. It's a dinner and a show. You want to be there. And then next Sunday we will be the 25th. We will be at the Thirsty Parrot in Lake Como. That's a 2 to 5. On the 22nd will be at Positano's in Oakbrook with Jerry Jams and Lisa P. On the 28th, returning to Rosario's in Roselle with Double T Tony Toto. And the 29th will be at the Village Pub in North Riverside with Jerry Jams. That's a Thursday night, the 29th of May. And Ocean's Rat Pack goes to Jamos in Mokina, Illinois, June 1st, Sunday, June 1st. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute before we bring up our guest. And we're talking about JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. This is the weather, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Minute. Wednesday, May 14th. It's 76 degrees out there right now, folks. Feels like it's about 78. It's 59% humidity, 6-mile-an-hour winds. It is sunny, and it's a beautiful day here today on Wednesday, the 14th of May. And that's brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right, so let's get to our guests for today, folks. Let me give you a little rundown on Evelyn, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so she got a pretty interesting. Evelyn Levin is a seasoned hair and makeup artist with over 30 years of experience in the beauty industry, specializing in bridal and special event styling. Evelyn brings a refined eye and expert touch to every client. Her work spans fashion shows, live theater, high profile events combining timeless elegance with modern trends. Most recently, Evelyn traveled to the Kentucky Derby to style hair for the elite attendees, showcasing her. Oh, this is very cool. Flair under pressure. Her dedication, artistry, and passion make her a trusted choice for any occasion. So we love bringing on different people, like I said, who have their own companies and stuff and work, like I said, buy local, shop local. So let's get Evelyn on. There she is right now. Evelyn Levin, how are you doing, Evelyn?
I'm doing great, Tony. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for being on the show, Evelyn. Where are you at right now? You out of town? Are you doing what? What are you
Right
doing?
now on Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights. Okay, Evelyn, 30 years in the business with hair. Now, do you find it easier to do hair for men or women, or does it really make a difference?
It doesn't really make a difference. I like doing both men and women's hair. Even in the wedding business, I do makeup also, and a lot of men will get
Yes.
their hair and makeup done for the wedding.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Now, you've been doing it for so long. How did you get into it? First of all, let's start. Where were you born?
I was born actually in Oak Park, Illinois, but raised in Westchester, Illinois. And
Okay.
I moved from there in the early 80s. And
All
my
right.
first job was at iMagazine in Norfolk Court, which was a elegant department store. And that's where I developed my clientele.
Okay.
So from
Very,
there,
very cool.
I worked with
You come
various
from a big
salons. And
okay.
after the pandemic, things got a little crazy. And I met a makeup artist who told me she does weddings exclusively. So she hooked me up with some people. And then I started doing weddings. So now I do anywhere from 50 to 100 weddings a year.
You know what? That's fantastic. And how did you get into the business? Was someone did someone else do it in the business that you got into it? Did you always want to do hair?
I just always like fashion. And I decided to do hair pretty early on in my life. I tried working in an
Oh,
office for a couple of years right out of school, and I didn't like it very much. So I knew I had to go a more creative route.
what is the biggest party of weddings you've done? How many people in a wedding have you done in one day?
How many people I've done in a day is 13. That was last year.
13.
13.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now it's got to be difficult because a lot of people want different things, correct? I mean, you don't get basically the
Correct.
same thing, do you? I mean, it's got to be difficult dealing with
No,
these
people
brides.
usually pull out their Pinterest or Instagram picture of what they like. So you have to tune in to every single person you have, and it's somebody you've never seen before. So that's rather challenging. So
Yeah.
I keep really up to date. I educate myself. Just keep up to date in the different styles and trends.
Yeah, there's a lot of schooling in that, Evelyn.
There is. I think a lot of
Yeah,
workshops ongoing. Yeah,
yeah, you have to
whether
do it all the
online
time.
or in person.
Did you ever think of opening your own shop?
Well, it is kind of my own shop, but I'm mobile.
You're mobile, so you can
Yeah,
go
I'm
from
mobile.
places to
So
places.
I go on
Do you
location.
do you travel out of state? Do you go different places?
I
Obviously,
do.
you just got
I go
back
to
from the.
Michigan and Wisconsin. Yeah.
Okay,
And
all right,
lately
all right.
Kentucky for the Derby, which that was really
Yeah.
fun. I really
Okay,
enjoyed
so
doing that.
let's talk about that now. What did I mean? That's pretty interesting. So some clients wanted to get all dressed up and ready, haired up for the Kentucky Derby. What was that like?
That's it. It was fun. A couple I did in hotels, and one I did in an estate in a town called Prescott, which is a
Okay,
wealthy community in Kentucky. So I
okay,
went to some mansion and did a bunch of hair. It was fun.
and you like that very much. Now,
I like
as
it. It's
makeup,
interesting. Yeah.
it's got to be very interesting. Yeah. Did you bet on the horse at all while you were out there? Did you put any bets
I
on the
did
horse?
not. No, I didn't. No, it was kind of raining, so that kind of put a damper on things. So, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
fun to
right, right, right.
survive. I had the big hat and everything, so that was fun.
Evelyn, do you come with people or you by yourself? You have
I
another
come with
person with you
people.
when you
It depends on how big the group is, but if it's
do? Okay.
a group over 4 people, I come with someone else. So
You
I do
come
have
with
other
someone else.
people who come with me. Yeah.
And let me ask you, so how long does something usually take? What's an average
Well, we
for a
get
woman to get ready
an
for a
hour
wedding
per
makeup look?
bride for each service. So for
Okay.
hair and makeup, it would be 2 hours. And each
Okay.
attendant, we give 45 minutes for each service.
See, service it is. And would
Yeah.
that apply to the men too? Does it take that long for men too?
And then probably a half hour. It depends
Oh
on the
yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
It
it depends on the guy. Good
depends.
point.
There's all sorts of people that want all sorts of looks out there. So it depends
Yeah,
on the guy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the guy. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. My friend Evelyn Levin is watching, is our guest here, folks. And we'll be back with her in just 1 second. Stay where you are, Evelyn. Let's get right to our other quick sponsor, our good friends from, you got to love our good friends, some Airtight Windows. If you're looking for windows and you want it done right, you got to do it with our good friends, some Airtight Windows. That's right, folks. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland for the 35 years, do it right with Airtight Windows. Call Cousin Louie, 708-788-5000. That's Louie Pipes at 708-788-5000. Airtight Windows, taking care of all your windows and siding needs here on Ocean's Pit. Evelyn, have you ever thought of getting into maybe, wait, you do Broadway, you do shows? What others?
I
You
do
do theater,
shows,
correct?
and I'm actually on the union waiting list to do TV in Chicago. So I'm just waiting to get called for that. So TV and movies.
That,
I did get called to
yeah,
do
now that would be very
Chicago on
cool.
Broadway, but it was the week we were on the cruise, so I had to pass it up.
Ah,
Yeah,
and that's right. That's where I
I
met Evelyn
know.
on the
Yeah.
cruise. I remember at the pre-party. Yeah. So that's interesting. Now, that would have to be, is it different to do? It's got to be different, right, than doing weddings. And
Yeah,
is
well,
it
it's different
different for
because
doing makeup
you're
stuff
on
when
the
it's
same show all the time, so you have the same people that you're attending to, the hair and makeup, and the hours are different too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, right. So, but is it different to is it different to do makeup for TV than it is film?
No, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same because you're a camera and the
It's the
lighting.
same.
Yeah, yeah. You have to have your makeup
Yeah. So
that
it's
you do every
basically the
day
same.
because the light kind of washes out.
Uh, okay, absolutely. That's very interesting. Now, do you do makeup for kids too? Sometimes at the
Yeah,
weddings, and
for
they want
the
something
little
touched up, or
flower
no?
girls will put a little blush or lipstick on them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes complete sense. So have you ever done anybody famous?
No, not really. No, no, just
Nobody?
famous
Okay,
Chicagoans.
I'm just throwing
Yeah.
some questions. So, Evelyn, what has changed in your business since you
Oh,
started it? I mean, I think
the
everything
technique,
changes.
the product, um, the expectations, because now we have social media, so people see so many
Okay.
different pictures and the only thing is things are filtered a lot, so people may have expectations of things and it could be AI. So
Well, yeah,
yeah.
I noticed that too now, because with AI coming now with movies and stuff, do you see how much longer you think it'll take till they can just put filters on people? I mean, it seems like people are doing that
Well,
with their social media pages. You see pictures, they're doing it now,
they're
right?
doing it
You
now.
see pictures
Yeah.
of somebody,
Yeah.
and then when you see them live but when you see them live in person, they look nothing like the picture.
Correct. Yeah, because they can put a
You know what
little
I mean?
Snapchat filter or something and look totally different.
And what's your take on that? Isn't that that's not right, right?
Um, it no, it's not authentic. Yeah, yeah. So, like you said, you see
Yeah.
somebody in person, they don't look as good or whatever, and it's not authentic.
Yeah.
So people got to
Yeah,
love
it's like
themselves
wait a
and
minute,
just
it's
be
like
authentic.
right. It's almost like when you go to a restaurant and they give you the menu and you see how big the picture is on the menu. And then when you actually get the plate that comes to your table, it's like a little bit
Right.
different. So what has changed? Okay, what has changed for the worse in your business?
It hasn't changed for the worse. No, it's expanded. So there's a lot more services, there's
Mhm.
a lot more products. It's a billions and $1 billion industry. So it's very
Yeah.
expansive. Yeah. So that there are
Now,
extensions, all different types of that, all the makeup, lashes, lash
yeah,
extensions. It
there's
just
so
keeps
much
growing.
makeup out. You're right. Yeah, when somebody goes to a store and try to buy makeup, I mean, there's so many brands, there's so many manufacturers. Are they all that much different than the others?
Yes, they are. As far as how long it lasts on your skin and how well it looks on your skin, there is a huge difference. Yeah. Like a cheaper product may fade
Uh,
off your skin quickly or not be as smooth of a finish.
okay, and some makeup stays on longer than other
That's
makeups,
true.
like
Yeah,
it said, it just
yeah.
doesn't come off right. And obviously, there is makeup that's waterproof. Is it really waterproof?
Well, it is. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
mascara,
it
there's
does work.
waterproof
Okay, cool. I'm
mascara.
just
Yeah.
Okay, very, very cool. So what has improved in your business? What techniques have made it easier for your business compared to what it was years ago?
The technique, as far as hair color or styling go, people are more creative minds. It's not just one cookie cutter kind of style. It's very creative. So we have the techniques
Evelyn,
and
what
the
if you
products that help us achieve those looks.
now let me ask you something. You somebody wants a certain style on their hair, and you know that it doesn't look good on them. Now your job is to, and it's got to be difficult, right? They want a certain, they want like, I want the Jennifer Aniston hair. Well, you don't have the Jennifer Aniston hair. You had those are some of the things that you probably have to deal with every
Well,
day. How does that work? And what do you
you
say to
manage the
somebody?
people's expectations and you let them know what will work and what won't work with their hair texture. I'll have somebody with dark brown hair
Yeah.
picking out a style of highlighted hair, and I'll have them go back in the picture to find somebody with a similar hair color and texture as that there. So like, oh, I see what you mean. So that's how I maneuver
Oh,
around them.
that makes sense. Are you busy all the time, or is it just weekends?
It's
Is it is
mostly
it is it
weekends.
during?
During the
Is it
week, I have
yearly?
hair trials
It,
for the wedding, but it's mostly
okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. How many weddings do you do a
I
year, you
do
think?
anywhere from 50 to 100. Yeah,
Wow, and
yeah.
that's a lot of weddings.
And I
And
also do,
are you based out of?
quinceañeras and bar and bat mitzvahs, so any special occasion.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, you keeps yourself very busy. Do you still enjoy it after doing it all
I
these
love it.
years?
It's fun. It feels good to
Do
make
you?
people feel good about themselves.
Well, see, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Your job's got to be very, very
It's a
gratifying because when they
self-esteem
leave the
builder
chair,
for whoever's in your chair, so,
right, right. That's very, very important. And you're making people
yeah.
happy. You're doing a service for somebody. You're making people happy, especially in this crazy world. Evelyn, if they want to book your services, do you have a
I do
website? How do
have
they
a
get a hold of you?
website. It's called Hair Artistry by Evelyn.
Okay. And do you have a phone number? How do
Yeah,
they get
you
a
can
hold of you?
call 847-208-1068.
Fantastic. And Evelyn, what does do you have a certain? Is there like a pricing? But how does that work? The more people you have, there's a certain price. What does an average wedding price or something like
All
that
the
cost?
prices are on my website, and
Okay.
services start at 100 and then go depending
Okay.
on, if it's the bride. Yeah. I do have packages where if there's
No,
a big
right.
bridal party, I supply mimosas and pastries. So,
There
yeah,
you go. Well, we wish you thank you for what you do. We wish you a lot of success in what you do. And guys and girls, everybody watching, you got weddings coming up, you got stuff coming up. You need to get a hold of Evelyn, and she can help you make that special day. Perfect. Appreciate very much, Evelyn, for your
thank you,
time,
Tom.
and
Thanks for
hope to see
having
you
me.
again
I can't
soon.
wait to see you
Thank you.
thing.
You have
Next time Rosario there, I'll be out there.
We're going to have some fun. Thank you, Evelyn. You have a great
Okay,
weekend.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
Tony.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Our good friend Evelyn Levin, folks. You got to remember to check her out because when it comes to hair, when it comes to stuff like that, every man, every woman, they all need that. It's pretty cool to get done. So make sure you check that out. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It is Wednesday, the 14th. Again, tonight we will be. What I like about tonight's show, folks, at the Carnival, downtown Chicago, Fulton Market, it's a free show. You just come and get something to drink, get some food, watch the show. It's 7:30. It's Ocean's Rat Pack. Tribute to Frank, Dean, and Sammy. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that is tonight. So I hope you guys can join us. It's going to be good. We're trying to get some, we don't have that much time left, so I'm trying to do some headlines here, folks. Some more crazy stuff that's hitting the market here. Let's see. Now, you hear about this stuff happening all the time. These shots or injections, whatever it is. England has officially started giving people a new injection that treats 15 different types of cancer. It's global news right now. Will it help? Does it help? Will you take it? Will it come to the United States if it works? This is in the UK of England, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got here? This is interesting. You want to stop drinking? You want to stop smoking? Maybe if you're a gambler. How about this man? He smoked so much, a man locked his head in a cage. An attempt to quit smoking. His wife has the key and only opens them for meals. This is crazy, folks, but it's true. In 2013, a Turkish man, Abinghi Yahil, if I'm pronouncing his name right, took an extraordinary step to quit smoking after 26 years of addiction. He locked his head in a cage, motivated by the death of his father from lung cancer. He handcrafted a helmet-like cage from copper wire inspired by a motorcycle helmet, giving the keys to his wife and daughter. This drastic self-imposed proposed barrier ensured he couldn't access cigarettes during the day, even when his cravings hit. His extreme approach drew international media attention, sparking both curiosity and admiration. Well, while it's unclear whether the method led to long-term success, but it did work for a little bit. Do you imagine being locked up in a cage where you can't smoke cigarettes? And his wife had the key and his daughter had the key. Only open the cage so we can eat. Guys, I guess people are going to try everything. The patch, whatever it is, if it works, It only worked for a little bit for this guy. So, hey, who knows? Here's an interesting quote, and I don't know if this is true or not, but if a friendship lasts longer than 7 years, psychiatrists say it will last a lifetime. I think that's not true. I know relationships that people have been friends for a very long time, longer than 7 years, and stuff happened, and they're not friends anymore. So that I do not believe. Someone actually won $95 million in a Texas lottery by buying every number combination. Did you know a secret gambling syndicate won $95 million in Texas lottery 2023 by buying every number combo? That's right. They printed 25.8 million tickets, claimed the jackpot, took $57.8 million lump sum, then walked away with $32 million profit. Wild story uncovered by Wall Street Journal points Bernard Marinelli, a London banker turned bookmaker, as the mastermind he and his team figured out by getting success. So he bought every number combination, and that's how they won the lottery. Cheating, but they did it. Nothing surprises me, and nothing surprises me in this crazy world that we live in, right, folks? Nothing. Okay, let's see what this is. He sold his shoes from the trunk of his car. He started his company on a lie. Most of all, he lost it all to lawsuits, tax investigations, and even his own name. Today, Nike is worth a $170 billion empire. Phil Knight, the co-founder of Nike, started his journey with a simple idea, an important, high-quality, low-cost running shoe for Japan. Going through all that, see, success stories happen, ladies and gentlemen. Success stories do happen. Let's go to another part of the country. Russia didn't consider beer an alcoholic drink till 2021. Anything contains less than 10% alcohol was previously considered a soft drink. This is in Russia. So if it was 5%, 6%, 7%, it's just a soft drink. Not until 2021, Russia said, nah, it's alcohol. So there you go, folks. See, different crazy different rules in different parts of the country. People who refuse to share food are more independent and usually better with money. I don't like sharing. Do you share food? I guess if you got a half a sandwich, you give one to your friend. I guess. I don't know. I didn't know it could make you better with money. Now that I did not know. I don't even know if that really works or not. But is that crazy or what? Some of the stories that you heard on this show, or some of the stories that you just hear in general on social media these days, it's just mind-boggling to realize how much of it's true, even when you fact check it sometimes. I mean, there's crazy stories. How about this one? This is in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. An 8-year-old boy named Liam made headlines. Playing with mom's phone orders on her phone, he ordered 70, excuse me, is that right? 70,000 dum-dum lollipops from playing on his mom's phone. Pushes the button, sale is a sale. 70,000 dum-dum lollipops. Woo! That party's in for oh my God. Nothing surprises me, man. I just love this. How about this? Sprite now. The drink, Sprite. 7-Up, Sprite, almost the same thing. Sprite can break down. Well, you know what? I'm going to save this because I know next Thursday, Laura will be back with us. I think next Thursday. And she hasn't drank pop in a while, but I'm going to see if the story kind of fits. So we're going to save that story because I want to get a real answer from someone who's been through it. I'm going to save that too. Halle Berry leaves fans horrified as she goes underwear free. Okay, so they showed a picture of her underwear free, and you can kind of see some sort of the cleavage there, folks. Is that what people are really worried about for the Kentucky Derby red carpet, whatever it was, for all the celebrities and stars? I mean, you really can't see it. You can see that she's got nothing underneath it, but they got the black thing in the middle that's covering the top. So if she's just standing there and she's not moving, you really can't tell that well. Just my opinion that people are making so much shit out of, ooh, what did they wear? Look what they look like. Oh my God. Anyway, folks, we are coming to the end of the day. We're going to leave a little early because I got to go downtown. Me and Jerry Jams will be leaving about 3:30 today, heading downtown for the city, of course, because that is where the Carnival show is. So we want to make sure that we get there early enough time. And so we're going to be leaving a little early. So the show is going to be cut down just a couple minutes. But here's what we got, folks. Birthdays for May 14th. That's right. Birthdays for May 14th. Richie Hamlin, if you're listening, happy birthday to your son out there. Tony Toto, if you're listening, happy birthday to your daughter. Michael Keaton turned 73 years old. Lovie Smith, former coach for the Chicago Bears, celebrating a birthday. Denise Tomasello, the diva herself, the queen of singing. I'll see Denise tonight. Happy birthday. Kelly Hansen, the singer from Foreigner, celebrating a birthday. Tony Basil. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. 81 years old. Bill Murray, 79 years old. Jim Kerr, from the singer from Simple Minds, celebrating a birthday. Susan Day, formerly Laurie Partridge, 72 years. Sir Michael Caine turns 92 years old. Don Johnson from Miami Vice is 75. And Tom Peterson, the king of the 12-string bass from Cheap Trick, celebrating a birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Well, guys, it's come to the end of the hour. I want to thank my good friend Evelyn Levin. So make sure if you're looking for hairstylist for weddings and stuff like that, shows and theater and stuff like that, she is the lady for you. And guys, get right back to our fantastic sponsors, our good friends from Ace Hardware. That's right, folks, with 2 brand new locations, Fox River Grove, Illinois, and Richmond, Illinois. Here's some special they got through May 26th. Save 10% when you buy 3 or more assorted seasonings and rubs. Save $100 on the new Tangier Woodridge, including Wi-Fi, regularly $799.95, on sale for $699. For even more savings, customers that download the Ace Rewards app and link it to their Ace Rewards will earn an instant 10% purchase. You can't beat that, folks, and to grill your ace off. Make JRC Ace Hardware Storage your grilling destination. They have a large variety of grills on display with free assembly and delivery on all grill purchases $399 or more. That's our friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Thank you, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Guys, tonight, the Carnival. Fulton Market with Ocean's Rat Pack. Tomorrow we'll be at the Rockin' Ravioli in St. Charles. That's in the Arcada Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack, oshows.com. That's the 7:30 show. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And Saturday, we're taking a road trip to Martinis in May, St. Germain, Wisconsin, for the Whitetail Inn. Beautiful resort there, me and the Professor Daryl Armenstadt. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow with Toxic Thursday with Carol Brandolino, folks. Guys, be kind to one another. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Have a great day, everybody. It's beautiful. The weather is finally here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love, Ringo Starr says. We need it. Nick Sahajas, take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.